start. I want to watch Cypher immediately off the beginning because I'm really skeptical about how he's playing at the moment and not sure how he's going to be doing. Looks like Ash spawned by the 50 health bubble. Cypher's going to get the red straight away. He's doing a pretty typical start. Off to the railgun.
So my analysis right now is Cypher is going to win.
Oh, we are in the semi, yeah. So I think we're going to just...
Match paused. Ash has realized that
what's going on here?
That his hopes and dreams of winning this match are going away.
He's got VK spam going on at the moment.
What is VK?
It's Russian Facebook.
Really? They have a... Is that a thing?
Don't sound so surprised.
I want to be on it. I need to get Damaros on there.
Oh God, you'll get banned. Go on, talk me through what's happening, man.
All right, so right now Cypher, he needs the LG. That's what he's thinking about. That's the objective right now. He doesn't want to fight without it, so he's got to be careful that he doesn't get kind of... So you can see that the route he took was close to the teleporter, because when he went into the room, he's like, I need to be able to escape if Ash is baiting this. So he manages to get that. He's got the Mega now, and all he has to do is get himself back to red. And then once he's got the red, he can figure out Ash's position. Oh, and Ash is actually going to get caught in the back.
Yeah, that was pretty nasty. His back turned out. Ash is doing immense amounts of damage. No, Cypher doesn't really feel that comfortable anymore. One rocket on his head would have killed him. But Cypher already weakened Ash back down to nothing. So of course he would have had to forfeit his own position in the end.
So pain is the name of the game right now for Cypher. He's experienced much of it, down only to 60 armor, which is not really a comfortable amount of armor to be playing with. So he's got to be really careful. Gonna make the... Is he gonna go for it? Ash actually falls back, and he was actually waiting there still. And I'm not really sure why Ash backed away, and Cypher didn't know either because he rocket jumped up into his face.
Yeah, that was a very odd series of moves, but Ash has been really close to getting fragged for the last, well, since the game has started, basically. And this might be it, actually. If Ash can't get out of here, he is in a lot of trouble. But he picks Cypher off. He just drops down on him. That was a suicidal move from Cypher. He thought he outstacked him enough that any damage would have killed him, but he was grossly wrong. Yeah,
that was definitely a case of a misread stack. And the thing about that as well is that he gave up a frag early. And the thing is, if you're ever dropping down onto someone, you always got to be careful because they're going to hit sick LG. It's going to be just spot on the entire time. So
Cypher got impatient, didn't he?
I completely agree, and that's even if there's a chance at him killing Ash, he's going to be really weak, and Ash can do something off the spawn. So Cypher's impatience, I agree with that completely.
What the hell just happened to his Axel? That jump was so wrong on so many levels, and he's been railed again by Cypher. What did Ash just do with his mouse? I know this is surely going to be a frag for Cypher. He finds the LG on the way down. 2 rails from Ash is pretty solid going.
Perhaps he's using an actual mouse, and it's alive. Has a mind of its own. But right now, Ash is in a decent position here. He might take some damage here, but with that LG, Cypher's in a lot of trouble. And you have to ask the question whether that little push was worth it. Cypher lost a lot of stack. Ash should feel free to turn up to this Mega. Cypher, this is a big risk. Ash should be turning up here after picking up. He did hit the rail long range, but I feel like he could have been closer with an LG, which would have been fatal for Cypher.
Ash would still be in the lead if his mouse didn't cock up there. I don't know if his mouse or if he just doesn't know.
Bit of lag as well.
I'm not sure. It looked like a misjudgment of Axel, but
maybe he's got like a brother or something that knocked him on the shoulder whilst he's playing against Cypher. I'd be pretty annoyed.
Oh, I'd be screaming at them.
That's actually one of the things that rages me the most when you're competing and you're like super focusing on the screen, then someone touches you and then your focus like expands outside of the game and it's like throws you off completely.
Oh, well, we've got a bit of a challenge going on here at the red. Ash gets pushed into it, but the rockets from Cypher are starting to be very effective, but same from Ash there. Oh no, the double back from both of them is going to result in a lead for Cypher. And 4 minutes in, we've got Cypher who's managing to take it 2-1. But it's so damn close, I can't actually tell who's going to take it at the moment. And I did say that 4 minutes in, I'll tell you whether or not Cypher could be evil, and I don't think so. After that drop down on Ash, 2 minutes in, I'd lost hope in that.
Yeah, that decision was very questionable. Ash, wow, he finds Cypher straight away. How fast was Ash exactly out of that teleporter straight over to the yellow? Cypher did not count on that. And he's straight back in the mix, though, with that LG, but I love it. Ash switches for the burst damage right at the end to save himself, and he connects the direct. And now he is alive, but not with very much.
Yeah, that 50 health level, he was just desperate for it to respawn. There's going to be the Mega in just a second. He's got to watch out for those rockets. Cypher hits him on the way back down again. And he should be able to win the Mega health. Ash is going to get the yellow instead. And Ash has just got to commit around. He can't just go backwards with his back to Cypher. And it's closer and closer all the time, back and forth in this game. We've got the red armor about to be picked up. Cypher's able to escape this time without taking a lot of head injuries.
He's finding his groove somewhat, and he just wants to put the pressure on, play the offensive game. I think that's part of the reason why we didn't see a huge amount of patience from him earlier. He just wants to get on top of Ash and just completely crush him. He is getting back-to-back frags now. His stack has been untouched throughout, and oh, so good, that rocket.
Brilliant.
Look at this, going for the style shots, and he's going to connect that rail. 6-3. Ash is not looking very good anymore. He's got to slow this down. Cypher's way too stacked.
Yeah, Cypher started looking a lot better right now. I'm not sure if it's that or if Ash suddenly just turned sour. Well, we're going to find out in the coming moments if Ash is going to be able to hold his own and get himself some good fights going. And the red and the Mega spawning simultaneously, it should actually let Ash get the red. If he's on that side of the map, there's no reason why he can't pick it up, and he's going to get it and just about make it out before huge injuries are there. But he's actually hanging around. He wants to try and whittle Cypher's stack down a little bit. I'm not sure about this. This is very, very dangerous from Ash. And we've got the yellow armor up right now. Okay, Ash didn't go for any further damage. Oh, that was painful. I want to go over to Ash's point of view just for a second, see how he's doing. 74 armor, 84 health. This isn't much at the moment, but he can work on this, and he does not need to rush the game by any means. Oh, that was a huge amount of damage from Cypher. Looking for the rail right at the end would have been very useful for Ash. But in the end, he gives away another kill and the red armor. If Ash can get the yellow, maybe it'll be the start, a bump start to his recovery. So he actually takes it late.
Yeah, this is going to be quite tough to deal with. It's one of those situations where damned if I do, damned if I don't, and he actually manages to somehow survive there, and he does knock Cypher's stack low, but I don't think he's ever going to even dream of trying to challenge for this red. And the same thing with the Mega as well. Oh, he's going to go for that drop. I mean, if he'd gone to the Mega, Cypher would have made it there in time, and he would have killed him anyway. So it's really a horrible position for Ash to deal with. He's got to come out huge with some shots, to be honest. I think that's the only way he's going to get back into this game, and he's going to go for it here with the rail. He does connect one, and Cypher misses, so that is good for Ash at least.
Yeah, at the beginning of the game, Ash was much better at doing that damage. And right now, Cypher's got the trump card. 9-3 at the moment, and it looks like it's very unlikely for Ash to be able to get back fully into this. Cypher just breaking away. He's pretty weak after that, but he can just hold on to this lead for as long as possible. He doesn't need to force fights anymore.
Ooh, that was close.
You heard the rocket whizzing past him as well.
That Doppler. That Doppler. So 10-3 Ash is definitely out of this now. It's going to be map 1 to Cypher. I think there's no question about it. So Cypher's looking decent. You know, maybe we saw some lack of patience from him, but overall, we are seeing a solid Cypher here.
I think you're right, yeah. I think I may have been a bit too hasty in my judgment. Cypher seems to have stepped it up a lot, and that is going to be GG right there. 12-4 for Cypher. And it's going to be match point for him now in these semi-finals.
It is. And I think he's going to be able to do it. No
My
matter the map.
prediction's just a mile off at the moment.
I've been right every time today.
How many times have we predicted?
I predicted the crushing result on at this first game.
You did.
I predicted the result with the Fizz game as well.
Yeah.
7 to crush him.
Yeah.
And what was the game we had before this one?
We had Demon versus Madball.
I didn't predict that
I don't
one.
think we did any predictions.
We didn't do
really.
No,
it was a bit too difficult, I think.
remember saying I don't want to do predictions with Demon because I don't know.
Yeah, inconsistency. And you were actually basically right there as well because he was very shaky for 2 maps.
But he does look really good at the same time, so
Yeah.
it's really weird. But here we go. We're into the second map. Ash has to win this to stay alive. It's Sinister against Cypher in this semi-final. And Ash has got an okay start, but he is missing that LG. Where is Cypher? Is he going to be able to do damage here?
Cypher's crippled. He only managed to take 1 yellow armor, while Ash got 3 items. Ash might as well chase through, but because he's taken that rail, he's thinking a little bit harder about that.
Nice.
Oh, wow.
Oh, he goes back through the telly. And this was really nice because we saw that Cypher didn't have a stack to challenge openly for that LG pickup that Ash needed. But you can see he was in that position that we're just in there next to the 50. Great rocket, good timing there. But he's in this position, this area, because he knew that Ash would have to go through this area to get to the upper yellow or to the mega. So he used that opportunity to deal damage, and then that set him up for the frag.
That was such a blunder by Ash. I can't even begin to explain. 3-0 right now, and he's just throwing himself at Cypher for little to no reason at the moment. And I think if I were him, I would be pretty pissed when he got 3 items at the beginning and then kept on doubling back through the teleport and Cypher getting the better of him. And he just keeps on doing it. Oh, Cypher does actually find... He gets a second look with the flick rail. And he's probably going to be well on his way to a 5-0 lead right now. He needs to close in the gap really soon and take advantage. He's found Ash up at the top. This is going to be another one.
Look at that. Look at that dodging. A lot of backwards and forwards there to mess with the depth, and also just working at the edge of the range with the LG to keep himself, basically give himself the best possible fight, and Ash the worst possible fight with his rockets. So you can see how strong Cypher is in a tactical sense. And it's really adding up at this point. Ash is going to go for a bit of a, you know, not really a strong challenge, but just throwing some rockets down. Oh, how does he get caught there? What happened?
Ash just isn't playing that well at the moment.
Yeah.
And I think he's been... I don't think Ash has been practicing as hard as he usually has recently. And it's really showing. He's not been putting his full efforts into his game. And I was expecting him to, like, just, you know, step up to it when the competition was there. But he really hasn't. He's being held back.
I feel like Ash hasn't had many chances in this game as well. He had a couple good opportunities, but by and large, I think Cypher's been in a better position overall, and he's been hitting the shots. And it was all opened up because of the situation at the start where Ash went for the LG, and the way that Cypher actually played the little corridor by the 50 to lock him out with a rocket rail combo, that would really put him in a good position. And he's just been fighting better than Ash for the rest of the game. This might be a chance, and wow, 1 health remaining. It is the chance, but can he get the bubbles, the little bubbles he needs to keep himself alive? Can he get mega? I don't know. No, I guess probably not.
Cypher will be able to pick that one up, and Ash does actually avoid the rail and the next one. So Cypher's got mega to lower yellow, Ash has got the red to upper yellow. This is like the start all over again, apart from Ash has got to make a recovery from the beginning. LG looks good. Oh, the rail, and this time Cypher's left with 3 health. Over and over, 3 bullets from Ash. Oh, the health bubble spawns for Cypher, and those chances that Ash just had are all but gone.
He was on screen for long enough. Oh no, that's so depressing.
Ash missed all his machine gun. When he had that angle, he didn't hit a single bullet.
Can't believe it. Oh, and the last rocket, had he dodged that, he gets the mega. It's just not going his way at all, is it? Ash cannot catch a break.
Okay, I want to delve into the reasons why I think Ash is underperforming. I'm only speculating at the moment, so I could be very wrong. But I've noticed Ash has been playing a lot with Caster. And he's got a tendency, for at least the handful of occasions that I've seen him play Caster, the tendency of letting her win. And I think when you're practicing a lot and you're letting somebody win, I don't think it puts you in the kind of...
You blaming Caster?
I'm blaming him going easy on Caster. You know, I think that if he was actually trying his hardest every time he was playing the game, or at least, you know, putting huge efforts in, then maybe he'd be used to trying to win rather than used to... I don't know. If you guys can see any kind of thought process there, then...
Well, this touches on a kind of a concept when you're playing in general, competitively, that you need to treat every single opponent the same. And this is a difficult concept because it means that you can never have mercy. You can always take no prisoners. Watch. I think the best example of this is Rafa, because even Evil sometimes just, he's like, I know I've won, I'm just going to try to have some fun. But I feel like Rafa is the one guy that he has so much, I'm not really sure the best word to describe it, but he's got...
He respects every opponent, basically.
And he treats them all the same because he views it as, this is how I play the game. I'm the best in the world, and no one can touch me. No one's going to come close to me. I'm not going to give you a single break because I wouldn't be the best in the world if I gave you a single chance to get back into the game. It's not about fun. It's about being the best in the world. And I feel like that's a mindset that someone like Rafa embodies more than any other player. And that's one of the reasons I really like Rafa as a player as well, because he plays with such discipline, really nice, and I think that's a key word as well, discipline.
Yeah. Well, I think it's kind of maybe what the opposite of Ash is going through. He maybe hasn't got the kind of that mentality where he wants the bloodthirsty, wants to defeat his opponent every time and humiliate them as much as possible. Not going easy at all. I think he may have lost that kind of edge. Because he was super competitive and his spirits were really high when he was playing against anybody. It's like, I'm playing to win right now on all games.
Because even like in a game like this, or a game where you are the guy crushing the other guy, you can still make it so that you limit, like you give them as little possibilities to come back into the game as possible. You also have to respect that, okay, sure, this guy might not hit all these shots. Let's say, if you charge a corridor, that you never do it against Evil, you never do it against, Fears, but you do it against this guy. Like, you need to treat every opponent the same and have like a level of respect for the situations. You don't want to be like, oh, well, I'm just much better, so of course I can do this.
Exactly.
There are situations where that works on a more read perspective in the top level game, but generally speaking, it's the kind of focus, and that focus that is really hard to maintain when you're absolutely crushing someone and you feel kind of bored, I guess. So, but
you
focus
just make those like minor, reckless moves that tend to work against the lesser opponents, and then that would never work against the likes of Evil, Cypher, or whoever else is at the top of the European scene. I'm kind of worried for Ash because this is just one time. We can't really take anything solid from this because we usually see him perform really well. But if we start noticing a trend in Ash's performance, I think he's going to start dropping down from what I would have put him as a top 3 player in Europe.
Well, definitely Ash has a lot of growth to do. I feel like he's still a young player as far as playing Quake like competitively goes at the highest level. Whereas, and he's losing against Cypher, so there's absolutely zero shame in that.
Of course.
But yeah, definitely a lot of the kind of more mental aspects of the game need to be worked on for Ash. Of course, we always saw him kind of struggling with certain players as well. That's like, for example, Cooler is someone that he doesn't have good results against.
So sick from Cypher. Sorry, carry on.
But yeah,
I was really sick though.
We are seeing Cypher. This is a good game for Cypher too, because he can get his juices going. He can.
That's absolutely right. Actually, it's kind of cool for Cypher that he's able to get this, because maybe he's going to be feeling really good now that he's qualified for the grand finals with what was actually a relatively easy sweep against Ash.
It was pretty easy. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Ash, I think you said it, he's not playing his best. We didn't see his best today, but we are seeing Cypher.
It's just theory crafting a little bit from the things I've seen,
Well, I don't know like how true the casting is. Like, that is a bit theory,
I honestly, I don't stalk them, so I don't know. But I've seen them play kind of like a few days in a row or whatever, and I know that this is what Ash does when he is playing against. So he's like, he'll like, all right, get some frags, I'll come back, and then whatever. It's like very casual. It's really just chilling. So
it's like separating the casual mindset from the competitive, I'm going to be the best in the world mindset. He's called Ash, so he's got to catch them all, and so far he's
losing them. He's dropping them when they're being thrown at him.
Yeah. Either way, we have Cypher in the grand final now, so we're on track for that classic grand final that we always seem to have every Sunday almost.
There's only one person stepping in the way of that. That's Demon.
Yeah.
Demon's in the semi-finals. Presumably Evil is as well. And we're going to be getting them next. So I can't wait. I think that game is going to be absolutely epic. Mabel versus Demon's been the best game we've seen so far today. I think that Evil versus Demon could be even better.
Definitely. So there you go, guys. Stay tuned. We'll be back with Evil and Demon after the break.